Welcome back, guys. Money, Marriage, and Media. My name is Mike. 600 subscribers. That's what we're going for by the end of this year. So today we are back with Eight at the Table, and the topic today is the friend zone. Now, initial thoughts on the friend zone, personal preference. I have my experience with the friend zone. Every serious relationship I've had started off as girls put me in the friend zone. And it always, usually takes about, I don't know, 30, 60 days maybe. And, we're in a relationship. So I've always gotten out of the friend zone when I wanted to, one way or another. Usually doesn't take more than about 45 days. Reason being is that if I'm interested in this woman and she has put me in the friend zone, 45 days after that, I'm probably just going to stop reaching out and stop contacting her because I'm not getting what I want. So why are we keeping this going? But yeah, and then, during that time, what's going on is I'm usually just getting to know whoever it is that, we're doing a lot of phone conversations and stuff like that. Not going on a lot of dates, though, just being honest. But that's generally what, guys, if you want to take note, that's how you deal with the friend zone. If you're interested in a woman but she has put you in that friend category, yeah, give it some time because she may just be cautious. But during that time, I'm not spending a lot of resources on us hanging out and doing dates and stuff. Because during that time, I want to get to know you, and like I always say, we can get to know each other over the phone. So we don't have woman. You want me to take you out on a date and anything? Okay, well, that's not our dynamic here. We're friends, remember? I don't have a lot of time. But this goes with for the guys. This goes right along with that. Hey, I'm working. Like I don't have a lot of free time. So when you're a young guy, let's say you 25 and up, there's no reason why you can't work 50 hours a week minimum. And during that time, that's why I said you can go 30 days of getting to know somebody without hanging out, especially if they put you in the friend zone. Yeah, you got nothing but time then. And there's nothing to say that you can't talk to multiple women during that time because, again, we're not dating. We're just friends, right? Okay, well, I could have about 3, 4, or 5 female friends who I'm just getting to know over the phone. But there is a point where, okay, if we get to know each other and I think that we're going to be a good match, during that time, I'm only going to take it so far. If you're too busy to hang out with me, then yeah, I'm gonna move on to somebody else. But that's how you get out the friend zone, fellas. After a while, I would say at this point, because people's attention span today, I would say, because I've been married for 10 years, I would say 30 days. That's it. Give it 30 days. If you can't get her to express any kind of feelings towards you, now I'm moving on. And it's not about how many dates we go on either, because like I said, I'm gonna get to know you over the phone. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Much. So half the time, just kind of throw it out and see what goes with the flow, right? And I think there comes a point where these people who've known each other and say, listen, I know I might not be your type, but we vibe. Why don't we try it out? That may be very well a good route to go, and that's how you get out of the zone. I don't think about changing you, because I wouldn't want to change anybody. I don't want you to change you for me. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's say my type is, I don't know, a bodybuilder. It's not. But like, let's say a bodybuilder that's fully tatted. I don't want you to go be lifting weights, getting into steroids, and then getting tattoos, because I should, in essence, like you for you.
Right.
The vibe. So I would tell people, just be authentically yourself. Take the courage to speak up and respect the decision. If it's still no, and she says no or he says no, then you need to be honest with yourself. Can I stay friends with this person? If the answer is no because it hurts too much, then you have the right to take care of yourself and your mental health and say, listen, I can no longer be your friend.
Yeah, that's basically what I just said. We don't need to keep hanging out. We don't need to be talking because I want something different from what you want. Men, remember this. Take back your meat, your money, energy, attention, and time. You need to devote it to somewhere else because she's not it. She's not ready. Okay, well, hey, you know what? No problem. Move your attention to somebody else. And I would say, if you're talking about 30 days, it's not like we've gotten that close in there. Now, I know we know a lot about each other, but other than that, And plus, you haven't in 30 days. You haven't gone on that many dates, so that lets them know up front. Yeah.
There's always someone that I believe is just a little bit more level-headed, a little bit more mature, and you can foresee things. So, for example, if I know a girl is hitting on me or interested in me, I'm going to foresee and let her know what it is. Like we said, I wouldn't put her in the friend zone, but let's just say I did put her in the friend zone, right? I do want to.
By the way, I don't believe guys put women in the friend zone. The male equivalent to that is the guy puts you in the sex zone, meaning that he's only interested in having sex with you and nothing else. So a lot of women get put in that zone too, and I'm not an advocate for that because again, I'm pro marriage. If you're not moving toward marriage, what are you doing? Just racking up body counts? That's an immature way of thinking about stuff. If you're not interested in marriage, then you need to be upfront with that and move accordingly. You may want to date some more promiscuous women.
Just on the human aspect, take some responsibility. Like, damn, I'm noticing that we agreed to be friends, but the walls is getting closer. It's getting closer. It's starting to feel like it's not friends. So my question is like, they're to blame.
I think both people
blame,
take accountability.
Are you wrong for not saying something? Like, okay, you agreed to put them in a friend zone knowing there's attraction, right? Let's say all right, because I've seen girls do like, I know you're attracted to me, but you still cool, whatever. And the person's not overtly doing the most. So then cool. Y'all may be going out or y'all partying, whatever, texting, and you realize the texts get a little bit more texty and hanging out get a little more...
On both of your ends?
No, on that person end. Because you already knew that they were attracted and you said, because the approach wasn't too overt, you said, okay, it's not too overbearing. Yeah, I know you're attracted to me. We can still be cool. And then they say, okay. They say, okay.
Well, you're misleading them at that point because you know... You're misleading them because you just said you're feeling a little guilty. You feel like they're coming at you a little too strong, but you're not addressing it. At that point, you should take accountability for you because at the end of the day, you're also dealing with another person's emotion and their reality. The one thing I always tell people is don't fuck with my perception of reality. The moment that you fall out of love with me, tell me because I don't want 5-6 months from now you to be like, I fell out of love with you or some shit. Don't give me that. Like the moment you know.
Because I hate, like, if I go to holler at you, right? Like, I don't know what's going on in your life, man. I don't know, girl, husband, I don't know nothing. I shoot my shot at you. You should say, you know what, I'm not in that space. And I have been the guy that a girl would give me her number. And I'm not saying that once you give me a number, you're entitled to fuck me and date me. But I made it clear with my energy that I'm interested. So if you don't have the stamina for this, I believe it's your responsibility to say, no, I'm good. Yes, we're not talking about the men or women that are overbearing that you feel like I'm giving you this number to save my life, SOS. Not that. But it's about somebody that approaches you where you're like, all right, they wasn't aggressive. They explain what they want. I'm good. But I've been in a situation that women will still give me their number. They will text me a little bit. Sometimes even hang out. And there's times where I'm very direct because y'all know me and the sounds of like, I play the game because like I'm interested and she took the number, she hung out, and then by like the third date or the third text, let's stay friends. And I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, that's...
You understand? Like that has happened. So
well,
like...
Yeah, okay. I feel like that person needs to take accountability for the leading on like Jasenia said because I feel like you're only allowing this person to try to get closer to you. Even though you guys both agreed that,
Remember what I said before about, look, if guys, if a woman is friend zoning you, you're just not that guy. Just go find somebody else. Because what utility do women offer as being your friend? They're not going to pay for you. They're not going to invite you places. We already know that, right? When you guys hang out, who's supposed to pay? Most women aren't doing 50-50. Because again, if she is inviting you out places and she is paying, it might be that I can see that. But most women aren't going to do that. So it's not like the women don't offer that much utility as you being their friend. especially if you take if we're talking about a platonic nature. Come on now, let's be honest. There's nothing there. What are you gaining from the guy's perspective? What is he gaining from you being his friend? Somebody else that he's got to protect in times of danger? Nah, you my friend. We supposed to be working. We supposed to be working in tandem, dynamic duo. But instead, you expected me to protect you. Well, what's in that for me? Nothing. That's what I said. Women don't offer much utility to men as far as in friendships. I mean, unless she's, you talk about extreme circumstances where she's able to help you out with something that, through networking or something like that. But that's very specific. Most cases, that's not going to happen to average people. So, yeah, men and women can't be friends. It's just like once you cross that line to where, or once you cross that threshold to seeing that, okay, if guys, she puts you in the friend zone, I would give it 30 days and see if anything happens there. If not, then just move on. It's not that serious. What do they have on this table? Y'all seeing this? I'm looking at this. It's a glass slipper, but what is this right here? Yeah, they got a book on leadership. I mean, that's cool. And but let's get back to the video.
So you guys are gonna stay friends, but friends to one person can mean like, yeah, we'll be friends. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to take this opportunity to be your friend and get closer to you and get to know you better and to be around you more and to hang out with you. And, eventually this might go somewhere. Mm-hmm. So if you know that that's definitely not what you want, I don't even think that you should try to play that game.
Right, no. That's why don't fuck with my perception of reality. You either like me and you want to make this happen, or, hey, listen, I don't know, but I'm open to it, or, hey, you know what? No. We can't, because you can't get time back twice. Mm-hmm. You can never get time back twice.
Why do we keep wasting time
and
in this
I don't
life?
got time to waste. For me, it's not about a biological clock. For me, it's about the real clock. You know what I'm saying?
Life, yeah.
After surviving 2020, you know how many people died? You don't know. Tomorrow's never granted and promised. So, come on. We should be able, especially now, surviving that, to be able to say, you know what? I don't want to really do this, and I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste my time, because by wasting their time, you're actually wasting your own energy too. So let's really sit down in ourselves and think about it, because we've either at one point been friend zone too. I think I had maybe when I was.
Yeah, but so how do y'all women handle friend zone? Because men are usually in the forefront of that, right? We're the guinea pigs for that.
Right.
So, how does friend zoning look for you, ladies? And I want to hear those stories.
You mean, have I got friend zone?
Yes.
No.
I was friend zone.
Would you know if you were friend zone?
I mean, honestly, realistically, I go for people that I know I can get. I feel like no one has successfully.
Most women are not going to be put in a friend zone. Why? Because men approach them. Guys approach them. So it's that dynamic, that's rare. And again, we already talked about on this channel. There's another video where, women talking about shooting their shot. Most women don't shoot their shot. So that's why you get answers like that. Well, I've never been in a friend zone. Yeah, because most guys approach you because they want to build a relationship with you. So it's, they want more than just friends. Most guys aren't going to approach you for just being their friend. There's nothing, again, what utility do you offer to a man in friendship? Now, again, I said before about the equivalent is the sex zone. Most women have been put in the sex zone by a guy. It's just, that happens. That's the male equivalent. Well, that's what they should be. That's what he should be asking about. Because I guarantee you, both of them have been there to where the guy has put them in a category of just sex only.
Go there. Is that ego? Is that little?
I mean, it's a little.
I like it.
It's a little bit of an ego, but it's like.
How is it ego if men are approaching you and the ones that you like, you say, okay, well, yeah, I can go after this guy. Go after him how? He already approached you. Unless she's approaching guys, which I seriously doubt.
I'm very I've always been successful and strategic about the way I do things.
Geminis are brilliant. I told you.
No, I really.
It sounds like she's preying on this
I love
person.
Gemini.
It sounds like she's preying on this
No,
person.
no. No
more
I go
astrology.
where I
spoke
know
about-
I'm gonna win.
you spoke
Okay,
about
wait, yeah, I
intention.
don't really
She
like the
want
word
her
pray,
Her
but
intention is not to lose, it's to win.
exactly, it's like I'm gonna go where I know I can win.
Y'all are bamboozling me right now.
No, but
I'm saying y'all
no,
are
but
just-
I'm.
No, we go where you know you go. Okay, where's the ring? Where's the marriage? This side of the camera, we count marriage as winning. You're not married. What are you winning? Another body? So this whole, these see, when marriage is the goal, it's an obvious finish line, or I shouldn't say finish line, but it's an obvious goal, and we can keep track of that. It's easy to measure. So this thing about when she's talking about in dating, she's winning. Well, what does that mean? You got some high status guy to take you on a couple dates? Who cares? Like they do that all the time. It doesn't mean anything. Can you retain the guy? Can you get the ultimate commitment from said guy? Yeah.
Like
Every
tennis.
goes nuts.
I'm very serious though. So it's like I know I'm attracted to this person and I'm an attractive person too. So I feel like, okay, if I don't directly shoot my shot, but I'm like, okay, well, if I stir up conversation, like a few pictures, I'm around this person, I know that if I even say a little one or two things to even like, insinuate that I'm interested, that I'll get the text messages now. Now we're going to be talking.
Okay, you know what? This goes against my my previous statement, but there's a reason why here, because we've talked about in previous videos about the dropping the handkerchief, that moment. That's literally what she's describing. So she has gotten good at making sure that the right men know that she is available for conversation, dating, etc. Now that I can actually respect, because again, that seems to be a lost art. It'd be interesting to know what her age is, because I would consider that a developed skill. Like I said, I'd be interested to know how old was she when she actually developed it. Seems like she's pretty good at it, or it's been working for her. But obviously there are some other holes in her life because she's not married. So I don't know at what point things are starting to fall off. But again, the fact that she can describe the handkerchief moment actually says a lot. So we need more of that, because a lot of women today are just lazy when it comes to dating. Here's what I mean. A lot of women complain about all guys are this and all this or that. Okay, well, at some point you got to look at yourself and say, well, why am I only attracting this quality of guys? If you don't know if you haven't mastered dropping the handkerchief to the guys that you want, I think, that's what's going on. But great conversation, great point. Let's keep going.
And now I'm like reeling them in.
Thirsty, like a few
No.
pictures.
He's simping. Look
Yeah,
at this simp.
simping. He thirsty because you sound like.
I'm very subtle. Men aren't
She's
subtle.
so men like 100 pictures. She's like 70.
Men is sliding in the DMs like, can I take you on a date? I don't do that stuff.
So you do how many likes?
I'm very.
3.
No, and it's not even about how much likes. I could just scroll down a few so that they know that I'm on their page. I can like one picture, but it could be from 2 months ago.
with
with
his mom.
So they'll know I'm on their page.
Strategic. No, I've been friend zoned, but I was friend zoned because I didn't look like this. I had glasses, braces. I was one of the boys. I was heavy set. I was diagnosed obese, and I think this is why I am comfortable with having guy friends. And some of those friends that when I was big, are still in my life as friends that knew me then, and they can't unlook at me. I mean, of course, you're like, God damn, my friend's beautiful. She deserves the best. But they still see me as Jasenia with
fickle side.
like that.
Is that good or bad? Is that good or bad though? Um, that's an interesting concept because clearly she was what she's talking about. She was an ugly Betty. That's a TV show reference. Don't worry about it if you didn't get it. But the point is that she obviously transformed herself either through she's talking about she wore glasses and was heavy set. She clearly she's not today, but that's always an interesting concept because the reason I say if it's good or bad is because unless she had no interest in the guys that were around her, which is it's kind of confusing because why would you remain friends with a bunch of guys that you have no romantic interest in? I mean, you know what? It makes perfect sense for her because again, what utility? Why are those guys your friend? If it's not sexual, why are they your friend? Like, what utility? I'd be interested to ask her. Like, what are they benefiting from the friendship? What do they get out of being your friend? And I mean, because no, men and women are different. We think different, we act different. So I don't know, but that's an interesting concept because again, you got this less attractive woman who you're friends with, and then she goes through the major transformations, losing weight, getting contacts, and all the stuff she was talking about, and then all of a sudden you got this, this butterfly that emerges, and then your friends still see you the same way. I'm having a hard time believing that because she is an attractive lady. But number two, wouldn't that hurt your ego though? I mean, you put all this hard work into changing yourself, to changing your physical appearance to probably to match the inside. I'm assuming, but that your closest friends don't even notice anymore. So I don't know. That's weird. Maybe I'm getting off track here. Let's go.
That's my sister. I cannot, I cannot be with my sister type of thing. And those type of men are so important, and it's sad that it has to start that young to know that their intention really is just that. But yeah, I mean, I was friend zoned all the time, and I think because
How did you feel?
it hurt.
Did you let them know?
It hurt. No, I never let them know.
What? So how were you gonna get out the friend zone?
There was no way. I had no confidence in myself.
Okay.
Which is why men, if you do want to get out of the friend zone, I think as a woman that was friend zoned, gain some confidence. I lost weight not because I wanted a guy to like me. I wanted to like me. I started to.
She has a point, but there's some information missing there. It's easy to say, well, just get confident. If it was that simple, the guy would already have confidence. So as a guy, you need to go and do something. You need to go accomplish something because accomplishing things leads to confidence. Or no, it leads to competence. Competence leads to confidence. Wise man once said that. Yeah. Accomplishments lead to competence. Or is it the other way around? It doesn't matter. You need to go be successful at something first. It doesn't have, I'm not saying you need to go, go get like 3 promotions at your job. It may be in the sense of you just going out and getting a hobby and getting good at that. A lot of guys are, we probably need to make a video about that, about having hobbies to boost your confidence. Because that's a game changer right there. Let's keep going.
Improve my social skills because I had a stutter by engaging more in groups and coming out of my comfort zone. With change comes growth. And I will never want anyone to change for somebody.
She's done a lot. I mean, because clearly she's done a lot of work on herself. My question is if she's not married now, what's her standards like though? Because again, you lost weight, your vision got corrected, you corrected your stutter to the point where you're actually on a podcast, you can see him by thousands of people. So it's like if you're willing to do all that amount of work on yourself, what are your standards looking like? What are you expecting the guy to go through? That'd be interesting, right? Because again, you've developed the personality of somebody who your personality was, well, she said she didn't have a lot of self-esteem, so she had to get confident. And I agree with that. But again, did she raise her standards? That'd be interesting.
It has to be for you. If you're not happy with you, you're going to attract what you put out, right? So if
Yep.
you're not happy with yourself, you're going to continue to attract low vibration or feel these low vibrations with people that you want to reach at a high that you can't get to because you're not there. You know, fun fact, and I'll share this, a year ago, I had met a man. He was here. I was still here. I looked like this, but I was like here. And I was like, if I want a man here, I should be a woman that's here. And I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about even energetic, my vibration,
and
my
all that.
mental. I need to be balanced. And as much as he thought that we could date and be in a relationship, I was like, one, I'm not ready. And two, you deserve a woman like you that mirrors you. I don't need you to treat me as a project. I'm my own project, and I need to put in the work. And, you know,
Shout out to her, because again, high level conversation. Most women today, when they're talking about, well, after a breakup, well, I'm just gonna work on myself. That's a bunch of BS. Fellas, don't fall for that. And when women talk about when a woman says that she's going to work on herself after a bad breakup, what she should be working on is the things that she know that men are looking for, that men like. Clearly, this woman has done that because again, she's changed aesthetically. She went through it, lost weight, fixed the stutter, corrected vision. Those are things that she made herself more appealing on the outside, but she also at some point sounds like she's hinting to it. She did the mental work too to boost her confidence in things. So shout out to her, man. That's a lot of work. Like I said, what are her standards like now? That'd be the interesting thing to find out.
and that's, I've always looked at the token, like, both sides of the coin. That's why, like, for me, I can make sense of a lot of the things that don't make sense that's happened to me. When people are like, yo, you know, do you hate your ex? No, I've learned to forgive him. It's taken me a long time. He almost killed me. But I could rationalize and think, all right, he didn't have a mother figure. You know, all the women in his life wronged him. Doesn't make it okay, but it has to make sense to me in order to heal and to progress. So you have to be in your truth. And whatever that is for you is whatever that is for you. So for me, it was, I don't like feeling the way I feel. So what do you do, Jasenia? Okay, be comfortable in your skin. You'll start attracting things. And don't settle for the first thing. My problem was I settled for the first thing that loved me, not realizing that I was still attracting low vibration. Know your worth and take your time. You are your project. No one needs to problem solve you except for you. So I got out of the friend zone by not throwing out that energy, right? By not wanting to be someone's friend because I experienced how it hurt.
Me,
And I would never hurt a guy. I'd be like, listen, if you can't be my friend because I've been friend zoned, we and I are never, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree with her. Like I said, shout out to her because she did a lot of work on herself. You know, that's a definite plus. I've seen enough to know that this is a high level conversation because again, we're talking. We got a couple things to come across here. Number one, the friend zone is a bunch of BS. Guys, look, women offer very little utility when it comes to being your friend. Because what are you getting out of it? Not what you want. Let's be honest here, right? Because we're talking about platonic friendship. You know, but the other thing is that I would say, 30, 45 days of being a woman's friend. If it's not going anything further, if you want more and she doesn't, okay, well, it's time to pull back your meat. You know, your money, energy, attention, and time, and devote it to somebody else. And again, I wouldn't say do one woman at a time in that, because again, you're just friends. Literally, this is just the talking phase. We're getting to know each other. For me, that's over the phone. So I may be getting to know I would say at least two women at the same time, because if I'm interested in both of them, then whoever is going to show interest back first, that's who's going to get the money, energy, attention, and time. And then, I'm going to put the other one on the back burner, and, with nothing ventured, nothing gained. It is what it is. And if the current one that showed interest is not working out, then okay, well then, I go somewhere else and we start those conversations over again. So it is what it is though. But hey, this is a part of dating, and it's a part we have to, look, I get it. I'm pro marriage. I don't believe in much of the dating scene, but we do have to have these conversations because again, you should get to know somebody before you start talking about marriage, because the quicker you find out about them, the better. I mean, How much time do you want to waste on somebody that doesn't want to get married? Guys, if you're looking to get married, how much time and energy do you want to waste on a woman who doesn't want to marry you? How much? It ain't even about time. It's about resources, right? Well, no, it is about time. It's about both of them. So we're going to leave it here. Great conversation from 8 at the table. I'm going to say goes to the next time. Peace. Thanks for making it to the end of this video. But do me another favor. Like and subscribe. But also check out these here. Either subscribe or watch videos. One or the other. I don't know which side. But hey, all right.